Hello everybody, my name is David, but you can call me Rev, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. In the last episode, we helped out some of the few pureblood Garleans who weren't tempered, and in this episode, we are going to be meeting up with the Tappers. I already forgot their names, but these are the guys who won't lend over some fuel for the other to the others. And now let's see if we can actually go ahead and work something out. Let's go ahead and talk to Alizé. Regardless of what Ilzabar contingent does for the people of Garlemald, the Empire itself is already a thing of the past. For many, that would be a cause for celebration, while for others, their whole way of life will have turned upside down. After all the atrocities committed in the Empire's name, perhaps it's for the best that it's co-signed to history. But what of the ordinary people? Their lives, their stories, they'd be forgotten too? I suppose there'll be plenty of time to ponder that for later. For now, let's see about getting cerulean. Oh yeah, one thing that I was working on between episodes, and hopefully you guys can actually see this, is that I actually worked on trying to get multiple captures done. So that way I don't just record everything all at once. I still have everything recording all at once as a failsafe, but due to the source plugin on OBS, I actually have a camera capture, which hopefully I'll be able to show off. A capture of just the game, and then one where, you know, we just have it all together, something that you're more familiar with seeing. I also did some adjusting to like settings and stuff to hopefully get like a higher quality result. And, you know, I've been doing a whole bunch of experiments, but I can talk about that after we finish talking to Jareth. So, you've come seeking ceruleum, have you? What? Those purebloods up at the Victor Spoil sent you? Send to their enemies for help. They must be more desperate than I thought. Then again, Licinia's got her little sister to think about. A sister? But we only saw Licinia and 3 men. It's possible she died from whatever was ailing her. If she needed treatment, I doubt there'd be any way to get it around here. I may have refused Licinia at first, thinking she'd come back with something to exchange, but I can spare them a bottle's worth of ceruleum. Consider it a reward for introducing me to the rest of your contingent. Be sure to send them our way, you hear? All right, you know, just because we're coming in, we are able to get what we want. I can't for the life of me think why Licinia would keep her sister a secret from us, but we can ask about that after we've delivered the ceruleum. Come on, let's hurry back. As a result, I probably should go on ahead and meet you guys back here. Well, actually, no. I was about to say, we can walk, or ride them out, I think. But yeah, like I was saying, I have the 3 separate recordings now. I've also done a little bit of research on understanding color a little bit. You guys might not be able to see anything different or special, if I had to guess. But there, for those of you guys who might have a little bit more of, I don't think I want to say trained eye, but if YouTube's compression doesn't absolutely ruin us, you guys might be able to notice a little bit of a different, maybe like a slightly different look, slightly different, you know, tinge to it. I couldn't do all of the newer color settings properly, unfortunately, but that was more due to the fact that the video editing software that I use, DaVinci Resolve, can't pick up that part. So it's one of those situations where it is what it is. And, you know, maybe once about a time, maybe after some more experimenting, I can actually talk a little bit more about, well, my results and findings. Anyway, I think that, you know, covers, you know, the little traveling bid segment here. But wait, are they gone? This isn't right. It's too quiet. I would have thought Alphino would be still treating them by the fire, but they're nowhere to be seen. I'll look inside the house while you search outside. They can't have gone far. I will say for one that this is actually pretty concerning because we were actually trying our best to, you know, help them. But the other thing is that hopefully they don't actually end up being like bad guys. Wait. You guys okay? What happened? They asked me to help carry supplies, but when I followed them back here, they attacked me, caught me off guard, forced me to defend myself. I feared they fared rather for the worse. You can't fool us. We know what you're about. Vultures, that's what you are. Waiting in the wings for us to show weakness. Then in you swoop. Here to help? What rot. All a ploy to make us lower our guard. Let you in, put ourselves at your mercy, put us in chains, steal our lands, get your revenge. You're wrong. That's not what any of us want. Save the arguments for later. We got bigger problems. I found empty medicine bottles and a bed that was still warm. It's true. Deciet was hiding her sick sister inside the house. But now, there's no sign of either of them. Where are they? Where did they go? Away from you and yours. And if you think I'll tell you, you're a fool. I'd never give up my people. We're trying to help them, you idiot. Her sister's ill. The empty bottles prove it. So the medicines ran out, or she put it in her pocket to make it easier to carry, or to avoid the sound of clinking glass. There are beasts everywhere. How could you let them go alone? To protect them from you. I have fun with the voice act emissary. You invade our homeland, tainted with the same sorcery used to slay our countrymen. Our Garleans should sooner die than suffer the insult. Better for them to flee, keep their purity intact, than to be corrupted by your vile magics. We were waiting for a chance to free them since the moment you arrived. I mean, I don't blame them. Completely, at least. This is getting us nowhere. I cannot say how Licinia and her sister will react when we find them, but find them we must. Go on without me, both of you. I first need to tend to my injuries, and theirs. I will join you in the search after. All right, be careful. We'll do our best to find them quickly. There's only one path out of here, so that's where we'll start. Yeah, I guess it was kind of heavily implied that we probably wouldn't have earned their trust that easily, but I just... stuff like that's frustrating, like, you know, all this time we kind of shown them kindness and we get attacked for it. But I guess that's what happens with war. It's hard to earn people's trust like that. 2 sets of footprints. Young women judging by their size. This is definitely them then. Come on. All right. And I think you guys have also probably noticed a little bit since I've been talking a lot about the kind of technical aspects of producing this series. But one thing's for certain, one of the other things that I've done is and my brain's totally blank. I've been doing a lot more a little bit more of an aggressive cutting style, because one of the things that I was trying to do is also kind of cut down on the time in the episodes, make them a little bit shorter, a little bit more digestible. And so on your guys' end, the episodes are shorter, but like I think off of episode 11, the dungeon run, I cut out like 10 minutes of worth of footage. It was wild. I can't think of any other reason. Look at this place. It's crawling with beasts, and I can only imagine how hard it must be for our ailing sister across the ice. We could really do with Alphino's help, but we can't afford to wait for him. Let's split up and look for clues. Okay, so we found some fresh blood. I'd imagine that because it's blood, I probably is the right thing. All right. The blood staining the snow appears to be fresh. Judging by the amount, the victim may have been severely wounded. The trail of blood leads southeastwards. Oh my goodness. I hope Licinia is all right. I don't know. I just hate the thought that they just like, you know, these people are sick. You know, it would suck for somebody to lose somebody like so close to them. But wait a minute, Licinia, please. Oh no. All right, please tell me. I hope we made it here in time. Why'd you have to be so reckless? The two bodies are already cold. That's frustrating.
Blood trail. We found one. They were attacked. No. Why? Why wouldn't they?
Safer to brave the wilds than trust in our magic. We should have... I should have...
This wasn't your fault. They made the choice to come out here. They thought they made the best call.
We can't leave them like this. We have to take them home.
What if we're only making it worse?
Maybe we don't belong here, but neither do they. Not out here in the wind and the cold. I heard the story about Varus's voice from beyond the grave. Of course, I didn't believe it, but Licinia and her sister did. Perhaps there is something to the tale after all. I want to understand, so I'm going to borrow this for a while, if that's all right. You had every reason not to trust us. We came as trespassers, invaders. But I pray that in time, we will be more than that to you. That we will find a way to help your loved ones. And see that no more children are left to freeze alone in the snow.
These poor two. That's really all I can say. There must have been something we could have done. But what? Should we have never come here? Would they still be alive if we hadn't? I don't think so. Well, I shouldn't say I don't think so. They would have survived for longer, probably prior, but I think their fates would have been the same if they didn't work out anything with the tapers. All right, a way forward. You have already caused enough harm here. Let's return to camp before we cause any more. As for those inside the house, we should send someone to take care of them. Someone who isn't us. All we can do for now is make our report to Lucia and do everything in our power to prevent further tragedy. So let us linger here no more. Come on. Yeah? Like I said, that's really all we can do. So, I'm gonna fast travel and then we'll go on ahead and talk to Lucia. Alice and Alphino told me they've finished their preliminary search for survivors, but refrained from saying much more than that. Clearly, they are reluctant to provide details. Might I ask for your account?
Thank you for your report. We shall inform the troops of these developments and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister?
Licinia, I probably...
Please do so.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Popularis, Maxima identified.
That's good.
They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's Third Legion clashed with the First, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad. Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
It brings to mind events of the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically. Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Zenos had been possessed by a demon.
Oh yeah, because there was an Ashen possessing his body at the time,
Elidibus,
right?
what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced. While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly. Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies. And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvus is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory, and that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
It would seem so. Though the Popularis determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor.
Would that be the tower
From
forming,
that
probably?
point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers. But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varys giving them orders in their dreams. May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
This sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you all.
Varys spoke to them through this radio. Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
My friends, I must speak with you.
Okay, wait, so what's happening now? Oh my goodness.
A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
I think we do.
I say no one trusts us. And I mean, while I don't necessarily blame them, I mean, there's only so much we can do.
Who do we have here?
Garleans? Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
I am Lucia Junius, a temple knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Iulus Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe.
To be fair, if we were here to invade, would you be alive right now?
Those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths. If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the two of us and...
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face, how their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
I'm going with you.
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
I believe in Alpha No and Alize.
A couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
Homie, if you try to kill us, I was about to say, I'm a professional. A sellsword, you know. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. We have learned a lot of new information that obviously not all the Garleans are trusting of our advancement into their territory, and that's just going to be something that we're going to have to deal with. And we've seen it ourselves that some will even just go as length to even just risk dying out in the wild to rather than accept our help. Anyway, as you guys already know, all my social media is going to be down in the description below. And I hope to see you guys all in the next one.